I'll just go look for them inside. I'll run inside the house.
The house is very empty, and you remember that usually they tend to stay at the inn where they all have a room.
I thought they would be in the cellar.
I mean, you can look down the cellar. There is still the.
I mean, we were all there last time.
Can at this point, the cleric hear this just giant explosion come from the inn? Like Steve blowed something up again.
Okay, let me see if there's more explosions early in the morning.
5:20. Something's blowing up.
Yeah.
Do I need to roll the perception check to see if I'll hear it?
Nope, there are no explosions today.
No. Okay.
Steve figured out how to make sort of stable potions. It is surprisingly peaceful for once. I'm not sure if that scares anyone more than the explosions, but it's pretty quiet, you know? It's nice.
I'm gonna go get breakfast with Steve then.
Alright, the innkeep is already up and about, and he seems to be very relieved that you are both down here and nothing has, exploded, caught fire, or got disintegrated. And he starts making you your breakfast.
Awesome. What's for breakfast?
Well, the usual.
Are there pies left over?
Sure. There are still a few pies. There's carrot pie, and there is chicken pie.
I think at this
I
point,
mean, it's the pies that no one wanted to eat on the last day of festival. It's sort of the leftover pies that now people are trying to get rid of.
I'll just take some soup and eggs and beer.
Alright.
Lots of beer.
Right. Lots of beer. Cool. You can have a mug of ale and that's it.
Okay, I'll take it.
You do not get lots of ale.
That's fine, I have my own for after.
But before you get your breakfast, the cleric just bursts in through the door.
Boris, are you alright?
Jannis. Hold on a second.
You bloody old fool, what are you doing running around at this time in the morning?
Not exercising, that's for sure.
Steve,
we were summoned to the temple.
The temple he called? Welgar called?
Yes, he called. We need to attend. We have to go to the temple right now.
Right now?
Yes, right now.
I haven't even had breakfast.
It's too early for breakfast, let's go.
Too early for breakfast? Blimey, man.
Is the sun up?
Do you even eat at that age?
The sun is starting to rise at this point.
Oh, it's not
like
up yet.
Perfect time
It's
for
not
breakfast.
quite up yet. It's like it's getting light outside.
Can I just dip my head back into the kitchen, be like, can I have some bread to go?
Yeah, sure.
I'm just gonna grab the cup of ale and flip in whatever coins I owe him.
Steve says, should I wake the others, sirs?
Yes, go
where
blow
is
something
Soldier?
up. Explode his bed from underneath him.
Steve looks at you, thinks for a moment, and then he just runs off. Stolgek, give me a perception check.
Alrighty.
Ooh. Alright, where's Steve?
Stealth check.
Damn impressive.
Goblins are fairly good at stealth. Oh, fuck.
Roll the one.
Stolgek, you hear... First you hear nothing, but then you hear the... of your door opening as Steve was trying to open it very quietly, but forgot that this one was creaky as all hell. And it sort of wakes you up just in time to see Steve's head poke in.
Do I know it's Steve?
His hood is currently down, so yes. I mean, it's a goblin looking in, with a headband.
Okay.
It's.
What do you want, Steve?
You're awake. Well, that's good. The sirs said to wake everyone up. Because you have to leave, all of you, right now, to the temple.
What?
And they told me to blow up your bed.
Damn it, Steve.
Is this actually happening? Or...
Yes.
I mean, you can always try and grapple the goblin.
No, he's not casting a spell or anything. It seems like he was trying to sneak in and do it while you were sleeping, but now that you're awake, he's definitely not brave enough to do it.
I'm glad you're not here to do that, Steve.
No! I came here to just wake you up and tell you about it, sir.
Okay. Job done.
Uh,
You can go now, Steve.
Alright. he leaves and just closes the door again.
I'm just gonna get dressed and grab my gear and go downstairs.
And, actually, I think, Bratha, you're gonna get just a normal knock on the door.
Around what time is it at this point?
I think it's around 6 a.m. by now.
Around that slow.
How awake am I? That is the question.
Yeah, there's a polite knock. If you don't want to hear that, that's fine.
Well, let's see. Do I hear it? Yeah, apparently I hear it.
Okay, yeah. Everybody's super wary about Steve running around, apparently.
I wonder why.
Yes. What's going on?
Sir, the others said to wake you. The temple is calling. They said they needed you. And they told me to blow up your bed, but I felt like that might be a bad idea.
I'd prefer you not blow up my bed. I mean, it's not technically my bed. So, actually, if you were to blow up my bed, that might be difficult. You'd have to go overseas and such. I mean, you're welcome to travel overseas, but please don't blow up my bed.
Anyway, sirs, we'll be waiting downstairs.
Yep, sounds good. I'll just sort of stagger up, half asleep. Just like put on just some basic clothes as opposed to heavy armor. Because it's just like, that'll take too long.
As you leave the door, can you give me a dexterity save, please?
Oh dear.
Oh god.
I think it's this one. Victory.
Alright. You leave the door, half tired, your eyes half closed, and suddenly you almost lose your footing because right outside the door, the floor is extremely slippery, like super slippery. But you just in time catch yourself, and you look down and you see like one of the little alchemical flasks that Steve is using, and he seems to have been pouring some grease just outside your door.
Steve!
You don't get it on
that one.
I think you dropped the flask!
You guys, you downstairs, you just see Steve run downstairs and just run into the kitchen and hide. But he looks like he's having a good time, like he looks like he's sniggering.
I'll sort of shrug and just saunter down the stairs. Apparently we're going to the temple. It's awfully early though. Why are we going this early?
I'm just gonna crack him like half of my bread. Just give it to him. Do you want some ale, man? That might pick you up a bit.
Wouldn't mind some ale. After all that running.
You know what? I'm just gonna get out the alchemical jug. Everyone needs ale apparently right now. Just put it on the table and start pouring drinks inside the tavern.
As long as I'm not in the temple, yep, that's okay.
I want to know if the cleric perceives a smell of ale upon Boris.
You know, it's just not allowed inside the temple. That doesn't mean that you're not allowed to drink ale.
Right, okay. Forgive me.
How dare you not know the ins and outs of
Jeez.
the temple, you know?
Yeah.
Seriously.
Honestly, the drunken ranger doesn't know a whole lot, so...
Fair enough. Alright. So
Just
I
one cup.
assume you all go pick up Sukster and make your way to the temple.
Well, didn't Zook... Oh, wait, no, he did, didn't he?
He was like, I'm gonna keep fishing. Go wake everyone up and then come pick me up.
Alright.
I'm also grabbing some of those pies. Chicken pies.
The chicken pies, not the carrot pies?
No.
Carrot pie, that is... Yeah.
Unless it's like carrot cake, in which case, yes.
Nope.
Okay, then no.
Just someone thought that would be a good idea, and pretty much no one has touched them. Which is why the innkeep is trying to get rid of them.
At this point, he might even start paying to customers for
He'd be
eating them.
like, for the love of God, please take them.
That or it's just
Okay.
his feet now.
I'm just gonna eat one.
Alright.
I'll be back for the rest.
You make your way to the temple and you see him waiting. You see Welga waiting for you in the sort of the main room, and he's like pacing up and down. He seems very nervous. Like he sees you walk in and he says, "Ah, there you are. All right, thank goodness. Come follow me. We shouldn't talk here."
Alright,
And-
slow down, old man.
No, this is we have a problem. And he hurries you all down to the ritual room. And he says, "Well, I've contacted my order, and initially they were pretty forthcoming with assisting me in figuring out how to destroy it, but all of a sudden I was referred to one of the higher-ups, and they basically told me to stop everything I was doing and, not destroy it under any circumstances. They wouldn't tell me why. They also said they were gonna send some people over to come pick it up from here. And they basically instructed me to take the disc off of you by, any means possible."
By any means possible.
And did you agree to do such a thing? Is this where we're at right now, or?
Well, I don't honestly. I mean, look at me. I don't think I would stand much of a chance trying to either convince you or take it by force. But also, this is just something about this doesn't sit right with me. This shouldn't.
It sounds
can't
to me like someone
put
of
my
your
finger
order
on
might,
it, but-
be a part of this cult.
That's what I'm afraid of. I'm worried that their reaches might go much farther than I realized.
Do you think you'll get in
What?
trouble for not obeying them?
Well, I mean, like I said, what can you do? I'm just one old man. You're a full group of strong young adventurers.
I wouldn't say that about myself.
He winks at you.
Well,
Very old dwarf.
maybe we could help you in that matter. If we make it seem like you tried to stop us but failed to do so, would that benefit you in some way? Because clearly we can't keep the disc here with you, and we can't
Yes,
leave
I
it to
would-
them.
Strongly advise against just handing it over. It wasn't anything they said. Everything seemed normal, but I just could not shake the feeling that something was wrong. Something is not right here at all, and, well, it worries me that my own order might not be as God-fearing as, well, wrong God-fearing as they pretend to. I just... Well, if someone asks and you were to tell them that I did try and take it from you, but fails, that would be helpful, I suppose. But my own problems don't concern you. I can deal with the order.
Well, I mean, it does in some way. We can't exactly have
Well-
you getting killed because of us.
No, I mean, it was my own decision to go against their order. It wasn't you forcing me. I just don't think that we should just hand over the disc to them if they don't seem to be interested in destroying it.
I don't say they would.
They
why
seem
wouldn't
much
be?
too worried about keeping it whole.
So we better hide it
Well,
from
I
those.
would ask you to
Well,
take it at least out of SaltMarsh.
yeah, at this point
Get
they
it
know
away.
us in town, so
Yes.
we either take it with us or we hide it somewhere, and either way doesn't sound really good at this point.
I will try and continue researching on how to destroy it on my own, but it might be a bit more difficult now. But I do have some friends that might be able to help me out here.
Would obtaining another one of these discs actually help you in researching how to destroy them?
Well, I would very much approve of you obtaining another part of the disc, just because then it wouldn't be in someone else's hand. However, I'm not sure. I don't think it would necessarily help. I'm just honestly right now not quite sure what to do, because we do have to get it out of town as quickly as possible.
Well, we can work on that, that's for sure. And you think you'll be perfectly fine with disobeying your orders?
He gives you a smile and he says, I'll be alright. There's not much they can do to me.
What do you think, lads?
Well, we've secured the disc in a chest. That doesn't let this. What's the material called again? I forgot.
Lead.
Lead.
Yeah.
Lead. Yeah. It's covered in lead, so nobody with a detect item will be able to find the disc. But since Graham knows, since you know that, how you know about the chest, how it looks, people might somehow get information, find the chest itself. No, never mind. We should
No.
hide it.
Yeah. You should take it somewhere safe.
They said
We
that they'll
should.
be sending someone to pick it up, right?
Yes, they're intending to send.
I would look at the group and say, like, are you gonna catch that fella too and hide him in the cellar?
Well, actually, I was just contemplating that. Maybe we can get information from him.
He says, what?
Just saying,
Never
maybe we
asked
could get
for
some
it.
information from him.
I would very much prefer you don't attack my orders messengers. like looks at you and suddenly he seems a lot more worried than before. He's like, butting heads with them can only lead to more problems than there already are.
As long as it doesn't concern you, then it should be fine.
I mean, we seem to be able to handle ourselves, but what Brithart?
Perhaps the wiser course of action would be to not cross paths with more from the Order.
Well,
We don't want to draw any undue attention to this temple.
How can we
Welga looks at you, Boris, and he says, you know, I am the chief cleric here. It is my duty to look after the people that are under my wings, both the people in town and also certain clerics that might have gotten wrapped up in adventures and might have gotten some ideas about how to deal with things. I don't want anything to happen to you either. So, please be careful.
It would really help if we would know how to identify those people.
Well, they would be wearing the garb of the Order. They might send a paladin along, which would be a problem, but from what I heard, they were thinking about doing that.
okay, well, I think I know of a place where we can take it. But right now, I think we've gotten everything we need from you. It's probably best we take our leave.
Yes. Just keep it safe and don't try and put the pieces together. I don't think that would be a very wise idea. Just do be careful.
This paladin that they might send, would he be a servant of Prokian, or whatever the god's name was? I forget offhand.
Krokan.
Pretty close.
Right.
Yeah, pretty close.
Prokian.
Well, I would assume so. Either someone who doesn't know what he's supposed to pick up, or maybe even, well, I dread to think it, but maybe even a follower of tharizdun. It frightens me that they might have infiltrated our order, to be perfectly honest.
Well, considering
And
the last
I hope
follower
I'm
of
just
tharizdun
a
was-
paranoid old man, but
Considering the last cultist, the follower of tharizdun that we met, was basically dressed up as a part of the Order of Prakan, it's very, very highly likely. So, I don't trust that at all.
Perhaps leaving SaltMarsh might be the wiser course.
Is Litrix with us right now, by the way?
no.
I suggest we go and have a word with Litrix. His tribe is outside of SaltMarsh, and maybe they can help us in some way.
Sounds wise. I think if we attempted to intercept those coming to the temple, we may actually put this town at risk.
Well, also for every outsider, it would look like you attacking envoys of Prokan, so the guard would also be forced to move against you.
Precisely.
Unless we
Which
do it in
might-
the darkness of night. no, I'm just messing.
Waka looks at Boris and he's like, what are these people that you hang out with?
Yeah, this is an interesting bunch.
Alright, should we take our
But
leave?
again,
Yes, just if someone asks, I will tell them that I tried to convince you to leave it here. What more can they ask of an old man?
Oh, can you do us a favor and ask very nicely for us to leave it here?
Would you
I know it sounds
please?
silly. Yes, thank you. Yep,
Would you
sorry.
please consider leaving the box here?
No.
To leave it
No,
in
we're
my
not
care.
going to leave it here.
Can
Thank you,
shout
now
it
we don't
out
have
so
to
all
lie
the
when we're
acolytes here?
No one is around. Like no one can hear this conversation you guys are having.
Excellent. Now when you're asked, you don't have to lie.
He smiles. He smiles at you, brother, and he says, "Yes. And should someone use Zone of Truth, I might even answer."
Excellent.
And he leads you outside, and he bows to you and goes back into the temple to presumably do more research on how to deal with really evil artifacts that a random bunch of adventurers are carrying around.
I'm gonna take out a cup as soon as I get outside the temple and just pour myself some ale. Be like, oh, finally! Jesus Christ! That was too long. Felt like I was detoxing. It was terrible.
Young and impatient, eh?
5 seconds without fail.
Young? No, not at all. Impatient? Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah,
where's
at this
Lutrix?
That is a good question. Possibly, since around now is usually the time where you guys sort of meet up, have breakfast, and then go do stuff. He's probably at the inn. Because he doesn't actually have a roof there. A room there.
A room. What the hell is that man?
He also doesn't have a roof there.
Alright. Well, let's all head over to the inn. Let's find Lutrix and see what he has to say. I mean, we still have to head in that direction anyway, considering we have to drop these weapons off. But whether or not we either decide to hide it with his tribe or we just keep it on us, I don't know at this stage. Let's try and think about something along the way, I suppose.
Alright. Yeah, as soon as you enter the inn, you see the familiar back of your favorite lizardman on a desk, just eating insane amounts of carrot pie and seemingly enjoying it.
I'm gonna slap my hand on his back and just look down and realize he's eating carrot pie and just be like, of course, there's got to be bloody one.
What? What do you mean?
Please tell me you're washing that down.
You
with
tried this
grog.
pie, it's amazing.
Yeah, if you're a horse, sure.
Yourself?
He might be the innkeeper's favorite customer.
yeah.
Lutrix, are you able and ready? Are you ready to go to your clan now?
Oh yeah, just been waiting for you guys.
Good, because we have to leave right now.
Right now?
Right.
As in you did something again?
No, we
What?
do not murder. Thank you very much. We simply capture and interrogate.
Did you murder someone?
Stop saying it out loud, goddammit.
The inn is empty. No one's here. There's carrot pie being served, for God's sakes. Who's gonna be here?
Look at the barkeep.
The innkeep shoots you a very, very angry look when you say that.
I'm just gonna look back at him and be like, hey, I'm only being honest, alright? He's the only one eating it. Let's face it.
He doesn't say anything, he just turns around and heads into the kitchen.
Not my bloody fault you bought carrot pie, you fool.
Lutrix says, yeah, I mean,
Hey,
we
Jackson,
can
thanks very
leave
much
any
for calling.
time. We will
Welcome
be
straight.
out for a bit, though. It takes like a day almost to get to our current hideout.
I guess we should probably
Are you-
prepare a little bit.
Well, are you gonna bring the... You still have someone tied up, right?
Yep.
Are you gonna just leave him in town?
I don't know what to do with him.
I mean, it's not my You know what?
Don't trust
Sure.
the man.
Yeah, no. I mean, I'm ready.